They're driving people into homelessness.
Statewide, it's something like 20% of offenders are part of the homeless population.
Those subject to those restrictions, they want to blame others for their plight. I didn't commit a sexually deviant act. They did.
I'm visiting a remote community created as a response to these laws.
Everybody knows we're here. They don't want us in the city. And you can't blame them. They think that we're monsters.
The Village of Sex Offenders, Thursday at 9:30 and 20 GMT.
Coming up after the news, we're joined by an expert with some auditory illusions to learn more about exactly how we perceive silence. Then things get very exciting. We're breaking our usual format, and me and my wonderful panellists reflect on what silence means to us. When silence is a bad thing, does silence even exist? And of course, the very important question, if a tree falls in a forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound?
BBC News with Govinda Gill. Trade figures from China show imports fell by more than 8% in the first 2 months of the year. Exports grew, but by far less than expected. The disappointing figures come at a time when the United States has imposed additional tariffs on Chinese goods. Syria's interim government has ordered a large security operation in Latakia province. More than 70 people are said to have been killed in clashes with supporters of the ousted President Bashar al-Assad. International and local train services out of Gare du Nord in Paris have been suspended because of the discovery of a World War II bomb. Experts have been called in to defuse the device, which was found during maintenance work on the tracks. French aircraft in Ukraine have been used to help repel a Russian attack for the first time. The Mirage fighters arrived in the country a month ago. A South Korean court has ordered that the impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol be released from custody on a technicality. He'll stay in detention until prosecutors decide whether to appeal. 14 soldiers as well as 15 civilians were injured when a village in South Korea was mistakenly bombed on Thursday. The Air Force said a pilot taking part in a live fire exercise near the border with North Korea had entered the wrong coordinates. The World Health Organization says it will send leprosy drugs to Nigeria on Saturday, where some patients have been without the medication for a year. Leprosy drugs were held up when new testing regulations were introduced. More than 80,000 homes on Australia's east coast have been left without power as a cyclone approaches. People in New South Wales and Queensland have been urged to take shelter ahead of the arrival of Cyclone Alfred, a Category 2 storm. BBC News.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at Ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Best radio show. The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie, and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and the Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is UK. Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Okay, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute you and welcome you to planet Earth. And this round to London, where Starr Radio UK, we're bringing you the morning show, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay, so from now till exactly 12 o'clock, when we bring the first part to a close, depending on if we get Mr. Tabiri, the CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, on or not, depending on that, that will determine what time the program comes to an end. But if we get him on, we'll be finishing the program at 1. If not, at 12:30, we'll bring the curtains down for the program. There's going to be, try to pick some of the repeated broadcasts there as well. But again, wherever you are tuning in this morning to listen to us, we want to welcome you to the greatest platform in the whole wide world, the Starr Radio UK morning show. Let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy. Without him, I will not be here. I will not be able to bring you everything because he makes sure that everything takes along nicely. And let me also say good morning to Felix all the way in Aberdeen, Kojodi, Mr. Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, who's going to be joining us during the course of the program. Mr. Olaimi Koiki, down south, also working on some things. As I said, busy. We've got our hands in lots of pies, and therefore we have to make sure that we work on each all. So he's working at the moment on something else. All right. Yes, and then good morning to Shamsuddin, Tosino, Bishop Adeshina, Anthony Adedeji, Aziz, all of you in the US. Good morning to you. All of you in the Abbey office in Lagos with Bishop Adeshina. Good morning. Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, good morning to you as well. And it's a good morning to Eben all the way in South Africa. Yes, Kwame, I hope you are doing very well. Delta Hammond all the way in Accra, Ghana. Massive good morning to you, girl. I hope you are doing very, very well. And to Mrs. Vida Hammond, my mom, good morning. Eresi, good morning. I hope you are all doing good there as well. To other Betty, to all the Hammonds there, I salute you. And to all friends and loved ones, all presenters on Starr Radio UK. Vicky, well done for the flag raising ceremony that took place in Croydon yesterday to commemorate the 68th anniversary of Ghana's independence. Well, and let me say good morning also to KB Bossman, Reverend Michael Siama, and every one of you there who is doing something on Starr Radio UK. I salute you all once again. I say welcome to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's crack on. Well, today is the 7th day of March 2025, with the time now exactly at a minute after 11. I'm going to bring you the code for the day, the weather forecast to follow suit, then the travel update. We'll move on from there to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe. That is known as global trotting. Then after which we continue to look at some of the events happening from across the globe, as I would say. Yes, global trotting there, and we'll bring you the details of it. At 11:45, the lines are open for you to add a voice to the discussions. That will continue from there. Exactly at 12 o'clock, we'll bring the first part of the program to a close, depending on if we're going to be having our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, joining us. If not, then at 12 o'clock, we'll bring you a cover version or a pre-recorded version of the Money Hour. And then at 12:30 we'll bring the program to a close. So whatever it is, just stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Do me a massive favor. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages. As I did say,
Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Let me say good morning to Mrs. Donna Kwanzaa as well. I hope you are doing very, very well. Mr. Joseph Atta, aka PK, massive good morning to you. I hope you are doing good there as well. All right then, let's crack on. And whatever I got knows for you. The quote for the day says, hard work is an essential element of labor. Hard work is an essential element of labor. Somebody say, well, what about those who work hard and hard and hard? They work like elephants, but they get rewards like, or they eat like ants. So it's not good enough just to be, but you need to have all the technicalities and everything that makes whatever you are doing, working hard but getting the requisite results that you want and the requisite compensation that comes with it. All right, okay. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Dr. Martin, massive good morning to you. Let's move on to the weather front. What have I got for you for London and the southeastern part of England? What have I got? Atakofi, good morning to you and all inhabitants of Sherman and Ghana as well. Good morning. Hope you are all doing very, very well there. To the chief of Shamani, massive good morning to you there as well. Okay. Now, when it comes to the weather front, well, today will be another mild day for the time of year, and it will be dry and bright with sunny spells and a few patches of cloud around. Now, tonight will stay dry with clear spells and a few patches of cloud to start with, but sky is clearing for all through the early hours. Now, top of the temperature is going to be 15 degrees, the lowest is going to be 6 degrees. UV level is going to be moderate, pollution is going to be low. Sunset 17:51 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 06:34 hours. But when it comes to the weekend weather, well, some nice sunshine there for you. Tomorrow it looks like to be a dry and fine day with plenty of sunshine throughout, a little to no cloud around, staying rather mild for the time of year. And then come Sunday. Sunday looks to be a dry and fine day with plenty of sunny spells there for you there as well. Top temperature for Saturday 16 degrees. Top temperature for you on Sunday 17 degrees there as well. The lowest 7 degrees. But from Monday, yes, another mixture of sunshine and cloudiness. Then the temperature starts going down the drain once again. But well, at least we've had a couple of weeks or some few days of nice weather, right? Yeah, right. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on from there. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's go to the travels this morning. Let me tell you what is happening on your travels. As we will say here on this platform, keep your eyes on the roads. Keep your eyes on the roads. As we keep it navigated, I promise our bond. So what have I got for you on your travels? Those of you who traveling in London, well, on the underground, the Bakerloo line is experiencing minor delays due to earlier faulty train at Lambeth North. So please check before you leave. That aside, all the others are running a good service there. When it comes to the major roads in London, yes, no exceptional delays. The River Bus is running a good service. The London Cable Car, good service there as well. DLR London Tramlink and London Overground are also running good services, bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. But continue to keep your eyes on the roads as we keep you navigated. So on the National Rail this morning, cross country I've got special service, Grand Central, Hull Trains, London Northeastern Railway, Lumo Northern Rail, Transpennine Express, or Experience are providing special services. So please check before you leave. On that note, let me say it once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Let's take a commercial. We come back and we take you straight on Global Trotting.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK. Before we continue with that one announcement there. Now, Women in Business exclusive events taking place. Women in Business Networking Breakfast 2025 with a guest speaker, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, and being hosted by PB Clement, as we've been announcing, on the 17th of March, Monday the 17th of March. This event is taking place from 9:45 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. Well, it comes as a fee of £60 for ordinary tickets, and the VIP £75. There are limited spaces available, so please get in and get on. To register, go to Eventbrite or email bb@bbclement.com. For further information, call 07956 596 406, 07956 596 406. This advert is being sponsored by Augustine Clement Solicitors. All right then. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on. So, Global Trotting, and what have I got for you? Hospital trusts to investigate claims Nottingham victims' records inappropriately assessed. A hospital trust is investigating if medical records of the 3 victims were assessed inappropriately. A former Liverpool mayor charged with bribery. Okay. Stop Oil co-founder sentence reduced in Court of Appeal. Well, is that going to be said? Is going to be a deterrent, especially when Trump is saying drill, baby, drill, and we know people are doing a lot. Well, so come your way from Star Radio UK. Boots get new US owner a multi-billion-dollar deal. Okay, let's see what is happening. The US is trying to venture into our market, right? Okay. Now, in other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world, Trump expands exemptions from Canada and Mexico tariffs. We're going to be looking into that. Zelensky repeats call for sea and air truce after massive Russian attack. Ukraine uses French-built Mirage aircraft for the first time to help counter the overnight attack on its energy infrastructure. And in Paris, Gare du Nord trains halted after World War II bombs were found. And a dozen killed in clashes between Syrian forces and Assad loyalists. Okay? Well, they're trying to say we are coming back. We'll be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. Now, SpaceX rocket explodes, raining debris from sky for a second time in a row. What's happening? Are the scientists not doing what they're supposed to do? And what mistakes are being done? Well, okay, we'll tell you more about all that on the African front as well. Nigerian senator suspended after making sexual harassment claims. Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan had accused Senate President Godwill Akpabio of sexual harassment, but she has been, suspended there. It's all coming your way from Star Radio UK. Sudan takes UAE to World Court over complicity in genocide. Why? Oh gosh, now it's going to escalate. It's going to escalate there as well. It is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Mali suspends artisanal gold mining permits for foreign companies. Well, as I'm saying, well, it's cracking the whip there. And that's what makes it scary to me. Okay. And then Zimbabwe seeks BRICS membership and awaits response. Well, Zimbabwe has not got it. I don't know, have they got gold and other stuff there? But they are seeking BRICS membership. Let's see whether they will get that. Now, moving on, still on the African front, President Tinubu approves employment for 774 health fellows, and Nigeria generates highest ever electricity in its history. Oh, wow. Applaud to say. Well done to them. And the federal government creative park signed deal for 30-hectare creativity city in Abuja. And Tinubu mourns literally icon Mabel Shegun. And police arrest 2 Pakistanis for allegedly kidnapping in Lagos. It's all coming away from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me say good morning to all of you who are listening or watching us live on the Yoruba Nation platforms, or the Koiki Media platforms, or the United States of Biafra platforms. Wherever you are, that's a good morning to you, and thank you very much for joining us. Explosion at Konongo mining shops kills 3 and injured several. 68th Independence Day, Mahama calls for peace in conflict areas. And Mahama urges Ghanaians to participate in constitution review process. So what is the constitution review going to be doing, and what are they going to be? What are the pointers that they're going to be looking at? Mahama calls for unity, peace among Ghanaians. And non-recruitment took place in December. Dr. Ampabing is saying there, those are some of the stories making the rounds there. Now that you've lost, you want to blame Oforiatta for everything. Haruna Idrisu to MPP. He said that, well, you were all there where everything was going on. But he said now that you've lost, you want to blame or put everything at the doorstep of the MPP. All right. Former Finance Minister warns against over-reliance on Treasury bill trends. I'll be looking into that. Who is that? We'll tell you more about that as well. Mahama has set the tone. Now his team must follow, says Dr. Ishmael Yamson. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. But one expert is saying, Dr. Ishmael Yamson is saying, monetary policy alone won't save Ghana. Fiscal discipline must lead. Well, can we? Will we? All right then. So coming away from Star Radio UK, it is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:15. Star Radio UK. We're going to take our first musical break, and this is from Atakofi, and it says, "Open your eyes," or as my Apostle Owusu Banahene will say, "Shine your eyes." So maybe you need to shine your eye wherever you are this morning. Enjoy it, and I'll be with you in a jiffy.
I went it down the way.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
This is Starr Radio UK.
You are listening to Starr Radio The Morning
Well, I'm not sure what a writer or that singer is saying is that it's not everybody who smiles with you really likes you. Yeah, somehow will be smiling with you, but behind they are thinking ill about you. So he says, open your eyes so you are not fooled by the fact that people are smiling at you and you think, oh, they are cheering me on, boy. So let's say good morning and thank you very much to Atta Kofi and his team there. As I did announce, we're going to be getting him pretty soon, one of these days on this program. Of course, I know that the Zongo man is also preparing to come on the program as well. And I'll also announce that come this Sunday is what? So on the 16th of March, we're going to be hosting, KB Bossman will be hosting Minister Isabella Elomesiama on the show. Okay, so all that you got to do is prepare yourself. She's going to bring you a nice tune there. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take a quick commercial. We come back, we continue with the show.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Archie on Starr Radio. Nobody does it better.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK. Now let's go to the details of the stories making the rounds there. Let me say good morning to Mr. Yawin Jamafrey here. Yes, I hope you are doing very, very well, sir. And Mr. Malik Dramani Mahama. Okay, he's the president's brother, the Ghanaian president's brother here as well. Malik, good morning there as well. Mr. David Kluche, long time no hear, no see. Hope you are doing good. All right, now let's move on. Aside from home here in the UK, well, investigation is going on pertaining to the alleged record victim record claims sickening. That's what the families are saying. The families of the Nottingham attack victims have said claims healthcare staff illegally assess medical records belonging to their loved ones are sickening and inexcusable. Now, Barnaby Weber and Grace O'Malley Kuma, both 19, and Ian Coates, 65, were stabbed to death by Valdo Kalokane in the city in June 2023. Dr. Manjeet Shema, medical director of the Nottingham University Hospital NHS Trust, said the trust was investigating concerns that members of staff may have inappropriately assessed the medical records of the 3 victims. The family described the news as distressing and traumatic in a joint statement. The families of Ian, Grace, and Barnaby have already had to endure much pain and heartache, and I'm truly sorry that this will add further to their suffering, Dr. Shema said. Through our investigation, we find out that what happened and will not hesitate. Through our investigation, we will find out what happened and we will not hesitate to take action as necessary. The claims of the medical records being assessed inappropriately were first reported in the Daily Mirror. In a joint statement, the families of Mr. Coates, Mrs. O'Malley Kuma, and Mr. Weber said, "We cannot begin to describe how distressing and traumatic it is for us to learn of yet more revelations regarding the actions of individuals in the horror of losing our loved ones." Now, why did the person go to assess this? Why? Now, this individual, is it that they wanted that information to sell to the press? Or what? Or were they trying to find out if those people were under some influence or whatever happened there? Or whatever it is. It is Starr Radio UK, and there's some of the stories that is making the rounds this morning. Now, another story. Former Liverpool mayor has been charged with bribery. Now, former Liverpool Mayor Joe Anderson and city politician Derek Harton have been charged with bribery and misconduct relating to council contracts, along with 10 others, police have said. The charges come after Merseyside Police probe Operation Aloft focused on a number of property developers. Now, Mr. Anderson and Mr. Harton were first arrested in 2020 as part of an investigation into the awarding of building contracts. Following his arrest, Mr. Anderson said he would continue to fight to demonstrate that I am innocent of any wrongdoing. The Merseyside Police said 12 individuals have been charged following an investigation connected to the awarding of commercial and business contracts from Liverpool City Council between 2010 and 2020. Liverpool City Council said it had supported the police investigation and would continue to cooperate as required. A spokesperson added it will be inappropriate to comment further at this stage. Those charged are former Liverpool Mayor Joe Anderson, 67, of Naughty Arch, charged with 1 count of bribery, 1 count of misconduct in public office, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit misconduct in a public office. The second one, Derek Horton, 77, of Eggbirth, charged with 1 count of bribery and 1 count of counsel or procure misconduct in a public office. Another one, former Liverpool City Council Director Nicholas Kavanagh, 56, of Maudsley Hill, charged with 2 counts of bribery. Former Assistant Director of Liverpool City Council Andrew Barr, 51, of Ainsdale, charged with conspiracy to commit misconduct in a public office and 1 count of bribery. Now, David Anderson, 37, of Wavertree, charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit misconduct in the public office, and Philippa Cook, 49, of Maudsley Hill, charged with 2 counts of bribery. Alex Crop, 29, of 18, Lancashire, charged with 1 count of bribery. Now, Julian Flanagan, 53, of Crosby, charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit bribery. Now, Paul Flanagan, 61, of Knowsley Village, charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit bribery. Sonjia Hatton,
49 of Egbert, charged with 1 count of misconduct in a public office. Adam McLean, 54 of Walton, charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit bribery. And the final one, James Shalikar, 38 of Down Holland, Lancashire, charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit bribery. They will all appear at Preston Magistrate Court on the 28th of March. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Don't say that things don't happen here. They do happen. Well, so bring you some stories. Well, 6 climate change activists, including the co-founder of Just Stop Oil, have had their sentences reduced. The Court of Appeal has ruled. Now, Roger Hallam and 15 other protesters were jailed last year for their roles in 4 demonstrations held by JSO, including climbing on gantries over the M25 and throwing soup over Vincent van Gogh sunflower paintings. They challenged their sentences at the Court of Appeal with their lawyers, claiming they were manifestly excessive. Now, during the hearing on Friday, about 2 dozen JSO supporters stood up and turned their backs on the judges while wearing white t-shirts with the word corruption in court. Oh, yeah. Well, in their judgment, the Lady Chief Justice, Baroness Carr, Mr. Justice Lavender, and Mr. Justice Griffith ruled that 6 of the 16 should have their sentences reduced while dismissing the other appeals. Hallam was originally jailed for 5 years for agreeing to disrupt traffic by having protesters climb onto gantries over the M25 for 4 successive days. His sentence was reduced to 4 years. Daniel Shaw, Louis Lancaster, Lucia Whitaker, De Abreu, and Cressida Getting originally received 4 years jail terms for their involvement in the same protest. Shaw and Lancaster's sentences were reduced to 3 years, while Whitaker, De Abreu, and Gethin's sentence were reduced to 30 months. Guy Delap, who previously was jailed for 20 months for her role in protests on the M25, during which they climbed onto gantries over the motorway, had her sentence reduced to 18 months. But whatever it is, we believe that you cannot just hold people to ransom. Why don't you go to the US, where Trump is saying that, well, all gloves off, yes, bring it on, drill, baby, drill. Or, if these people can say, okay, we're going to be giving you some incentives. So, well, the oil prices that you are paying, we're going to be slashing it into 2, or you're going to get free, heat pump and stuff like that. Why not? Who wouldn't fall for that? Who wouldn't love that? Yeah, we will come to that. If not, boy, let us leave. All right then. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 11:30, and we are moving on. And where next do we go to? Now, U.S. President Donald Trump has signed orders significantly expanding the goods exempted from new tariffs on Canada and Mexico that were imposed this week. It is the second time in 2 days that Trump has rolled back his taxes on imports from the U.S., 2 biggest trade partners, measures that have raised uncertainty for businesses and worried financial markets. On Wednesday, he said he will temporarily spare car makers from 25% import levies just a day after they came into effect. Well, is he seeing the impact of what is the action that is taken? That is not everything that comes into your head that is good enough to implement. Well, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum thanked Trump for the move, while Canadian Finance Minister said the country will in turn hold off on its threatened second round of retaliatory tariffs on U.S. products. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said on Thursday morning he had had a colorful conversation about tariffs in the phone call with Trump. The U.S. president used profane language more than once during Wednesday's heated exchange, according to U.S. and Canadian media reports. Now, Trudeau told reporters that a trade war between the two allies was likely for the foreseeable future, despite some targeted relief. So, He says, well, it's going to be happening whether you like it or not. But if you see that whatever action that you are taking is having a negative impact on your economy as well, then what have you done? -1 plus maybe -2 plus 1. What have you actually done? All right then. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. In another shocking story, should I put it that way? French police halted train services to and from Paris Gare du Nord station on Friday after an unexploded World War II bomb was found on tracks leading to the terminal, train companies reported. The bomb was found on the track in the area of Saint-Denis, a suburb of Paris, during overnight works, Eurostar said in a statement. Now, local trains to and from the station have been cancelled as of Friday morning, while Eurostar journeys on the London-Paris, Paris-London, Brussels-Paris, and Paris-Brussels route were cancelled for all of Friday. Eurostar Brussels-Man, Laval, London-Brussels, and London-Amsterdam train are running normally though. Now, due to the discovery last night of an unexploded bomb from the Second World War during work carried out on the tracks in Saint-Denis, north of Paris, traffic has been completely halted to and from Gare Nord. Eurostar said passengers could exchange their tickets for free to travel at another date or time in the same class, subject to availability. The train company has said Eurostar sincerely apologizes for the disruption and understands the inconvenience this may cause, the company said. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Those are effects of war. So the war has ended how many years? More than 80 years ago, and still you have bombs lying, unexploded bombs lying, and they will find them. How did it roll onto the track? Is it when they were digging bits and then, or maybe after some rain and then it just pushed it and boo? Oh goodness. Well, thank God nobody was hurt there. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's move on to Africa as well. Okay, let me touch on this. Of course, we know the war in Ukraine continues unabated. At least 18 people, including 4 children, are wounded in an overnight Russian attack, according to Ukrainian officials. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia also targeted energy infrastructure that ensures normal life. Now, French Mirage jets were used for the first time to push back the attack, according to the country's Air Force. The barrage comes after the U.S. suspended military aid to Ukraine, including intelligence sharing. In the meanwhile, Zelensky is traveling to Saudi Arabia next week for U.S.-Ukraine talks on ending the war, after he urged European leaders to support his proposed step for a full and fair peace during talks in Brussels. The Kremlin described the discussion as confrontational and warned it will respond. It's not confrontational. Everybody saying that, well, we know America will not come to us when we call them to, so we have to prepare ourselves, and we have to armament. We have to arm ourselves or rearm ourselves. And then you say you're not happy about that. My Nigerian friends will say Tofiakwa. All right then. Now on the African front this morning, Starr Radio UK 1136, Sudan is taking the United Arab Emirates to the International Court of Justice, accusing it of supporting Sudan's paramilitary rapid support forces in the civil war. Now, Khartoum urges the UAE is complicit in the genocide of the Masalit community in West Darfur through its military, financial, and political backing for the RSF. In response, the UAE has strongly rejected Sudan's allegation, calling the case a cynical publicity stunt and saying it will seek an immediate dismissal. Since the war began in April 2023, both the RSF and the Sudanese army have been accused of committing atrocities. And you look at those places, and you look at the way people are moving, and you look at how people are moving in Gaza, up and down. You look at it, and it brings you to biblical times when because of war or because of movement of people, because of maybe national disasters, people had to move, and you see the millions of people or thousands, hundreds of thousands of people moving up and down. You look at them quietly, and it just creates the scene of what went on during some of the biblical times. Example, the Exodus. Well, but it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. In other stories making the rounds, so Nigerian senator has been suspended after making sexual harassment claims. Now, Nigeria's lawmakers have suspended a senator for 6 months after she submitted a petition alleging she had been sexually harassed by the Senate president. Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan first made the accusations against one of the country's top politicians, Godswill Akpabio, in an interview last Friday. After dismissing her petition on procedural grounds, the Ethics Committee recommended Uduaghan's suspension, saying she had brought ridicule to the upper chamber of the National Assembly. Now, some senators argued that her suspension be cut to 3 months, but the majority voted to stick with a 6-month suspension recommended by the Ethics Committee. Now, when women's rights activist Hadiza Ado said that Senator Uduaghan's suspension was a sad day for Nigerian women, Uduaghan afterwards described her suspension as an injustice that will not be sustained. She vowed to continue her pursuit for justice over her treatment. The accusations have dominated discussions across Nigeria since she made them nearly a week ago. Many highly placed people and groups have called for a transparent investigation. On Wednesday, 2 groups of protesters gathered at the assembly ground in the capital in Abuja, one backing Akpabio and the other in support of his colleague, chanting "Akpabio must go." Mrs. Ado, who founded the Women and Children Initiative, said, "We've been following events at the Assembly keenly and hoping that investigation into Natasha's allegation will follow. All we can say is that today is a sad day for Nigerian women fighting for emancipation. Out of 109 senators, only 4 are women, and 1 is now suspended," she said. Now, many women on social media also expressed their anger over the suspension, with some calling it oppression. Now, during her suspension, Uduaghan will be barred from the National Assembly premises and her office will be locked. Okay, so let's see what happens there. Well, was there a deliberate touch, move, harassment? How did it all happen? Are you read into that? Well, you want to know more, you got to stay tuned because I'm going to bring you more on that front. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. In another story making the round, Zimbabwe has officially submitted its application to join BRICS. The country foreign minister Amon Morira announced during a visit to Moscow on Thursday, speaking alongside Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov at a news conference. Morira emphasized Zimbabwe's commitment to meeting BRICS membership requirements. BRICS is one of the most important platforms for economic cooperation that is based on principles of mutual respect and sovereign equality of nation. Morira stated Zimbabwe will benefit from any system that respects these key principles of human interaction and human progress, and BRICS is one of them. He confirmed that Zimbabwe is in the process of aligning with BRICS conditions and is awaiting a response from the group based on internal consensus. The BRICS bloc, comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has been expanding its influence, with several nations expressing interest in joining. Zimbabwe's bid highlights its strategic aim to enhance economic ties and global partnership with the alliance. How would Zimbabweans benefit from that? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. All right. At 11:41, and it's the Friday edition of the morning show. Let's take Let's go on a commercial break and I will be with you. Stay tuned. Don't touch the dial.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Welcome back to the program. Yes, we're getting to the end of the first part of the program, and that is now going to Ghana at 11:45. Now, if you want to join in or hop in or do anything, just call us on 0208-133-2257. You want to text? Our text number is 075-396-61744. 075-396-61744. Twitter is at our X handle. Why do I like saying Twitter as well? You know, when I see the sign, that's what comes into my head. Our X handle is at Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. You can also Skype at us. Our Skype ID is Starr Radio UK 1. Yes, and Skype at us. And well, maybe I want to see your beautiful face. What about that? Not only hearing your voice, but seeing your face as well. That'd be great. Yeah. Okay. But whatever you do, make sure you sign in. But you can also post your comments on the platform, and of course on all the platforms that we are broadcasting on, and I will read them out. Okay, let's move on. Let me touch on only this from Nigeria, apart from the first bit that we looked at, and then we go to Ghana. The federal government yesterday launched a regulatory framework for organ and tissue transplantation in Nigeria. The policy document provides guidelines on such areas as ethics in transplantation, donor protection, transplant patients, safety, minimum standards in organ transplant, as well as the procedure to ensure compliance. Now, speaking in Abuja, the official launching the standards and guidelines for establishing and coordinating transplantation services in Nigeria. Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Dekunle Salako, said the guidelines will restore trust in organ donation in Nigeria by promoting transparency, accountability, and adherence to international best practices. He said that government will begin mapping and certification of all health institutions engaging in organ donation and transplantation to ensure they meet the highest standards of practice. The minister also said the government will establish an organ donation and transplantation registry and banking system to streamline the management of organ donation across Nigeria. This document, which was validated on the 13th of November 2024, represents a significant milestone in our collective efforts to enhance organ donation and transplantation practices in Nigeria. You look at the story there, straight on, you know that survivors are those who have got the money. Those who are rich are the ones who are surviving when it comes to things like that. Because, why? It's because they don't have a registry list. And therefore, if there's an organ available or a tissue available or anything, I mean, virtually, the highest bidder, the one who can pay, the one who can grease the palm, are the ones who do use it, I mean, their money or their influence to get that. So the poor will be dying. And again, where do they get those people to donate those organs? Are people selling their organs? Are people so desperate that, look, you know what, I will sell part of mine. You catch my drift? Oh boy. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And yes, let me once again say good morning to Vicky there as well. Okay, so what do you think? It's a good move. But there was this Nigerian senator, one of them who is a former senator who was arrested here in London. I think he's still incarcerated, and the wife has been released and she's back in Nigeria. I don't know. I remember Solai Mikoiki going to the courts to follow that story. I've forgotten his name. But it's quite an interesting one from there. It's quite an interesting one. I don't know. But let us know how you think or how you feel about such things happening in our part of the world. It take a bit of time, right? And the facilities that we've got, are they good ones at all? Well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay. In Ghana, at least 30 houses were completely burnt down in a deadly mining dynamite explosion at a container shop in Konongo, Odumase, in the Ashanti region on Wednesday, the 3rd of March. The Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, disclosed this during his visit to the explosion scene on the evening of Thursday, March 6. Speaking to the media, he said, I received unfortunate news through the Ashanti North Regional Police Commander that someone was selling mining explosive materials such as dynamite. Now I'm told 30 houses were affected. I've directed NADMO to conduct the assessment so we can identify the affected people and release some mattresses among other items to support them immediately. For houses that need re-roofing, the government will provide support, he said. On behalf of the government, Dr. Frank Amwakohene also donated 5,000 Ghana cedis to each house affected by the fire. Nananum, in collaboration with the coordination director for Konongo District, will lead the exercise to distribute the money to the affected houses, he noted. Well, I hope that nobody goes to break their house a bit and say, you know what, we've also been impacted there. And again, saying that the houses that have got their roofs blown off, the issue is those roofs that have been blown up, has it affected the structure itself? Because if it's not taken care of, or that is not considered, then when it gets to a point where there is any earth movement, it could cause another sad event there. But This is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Well, some other stories make it around before we go to look at what the president said on the 6th of March. Well, the Chamber of Aquaculture Ghana is calling for a major shift in government funding to strengthen the country's aquaculture sector and reduce Ghana's heavy reliance on fish imports, which reportedly cost the nation over $250 million annually. Now, Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber, Jacob Adzika, argues that despite aquaculture showing strong growth potential, it remains underfunded, while marine and inland fisheries both facing rapid depletion, receiving the bulk of government resources. The marine and inland sites are depleting very fast, and aquaculture keeps on showing promising signs. The data from there keeps on going up each year, and it appears the sector that is doing very well is receiving less resources. Ajika told journalists on the sideline of an event celebrating women in agriculture to commemorate the 2025 International Women's Day there as well. Let me say happy Women's Day to all our women folks. International Women's Day to all our women folk. But the issue once again here that I can see is now looking at these illegal mining that takes with Galamsey that is polluted all our water. That is why the inland fishing thing is having a problem there. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, we'll be having Mr. Dan Tabiri joining us during the course of the program. So at exactly 12:30, we'll be having him on the show. Yes, so just bear with me whilst I set that up. Yes, so we'll be having him on the show. I'll be telling you a bit of what we're going to be looking at in a moment, but for now, just stay tuned whilst we continue to look at some of the issues. So, looking at the Galamsey menace in Ghana, what do you think is a way forward for us? How do we work on this? Are you catching my drift? But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So if we want the inland fishing thing, that is the river fishing or bait, then the government must work on these more environmental degradation menace that is going on from the illegal mining activities or mining activities that is going on. And of course, we can then move on to also getting our fishermen, those who go to the seas to go and fish, also getting the necessary help so that they can fish more, so that we can get something. Then we can reduce the importation of fish. But again, to go fishing and just importing the fish, which is cheaper, because at the end of the day, that's what happens. People look at it. So if I have to go to here, you want to get fresh fish, they are expensive. Fresh ones, they are expensive. But when you get the frozen one, comparatively the prices, but you look at the ones you go to some of the shops, is it, interestingly, I'm not thinking about it very well, but definitely the fresh fish will be quite expensive than the other ones, the processed ones and stuff like that. But people will go in for the processed one because they think that maybe my budget, that's what my budget can afford. So when it happens like that, what do we do under that circumstance? But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. As I said, we'll be looking at we're going to talk about state pension and a bit about the deadline to top up your estate pension, your state pension entitlement. And there is a disclaimer that a financial advisor are not authorized to do so. And but Mr. Tabiri is going to throw a bit of light on it for you. And this comes from a discussion that the ITV money man as well, that is Martin Lewis, discussed about the hard pension deadline coming on the 5th of April. So we got about less than a month to do something about it, because today is the 7th. So please listen to it. At times you need to bail yourself out. At times there are a few things that you need to do to get yourself back on track, so that your pension, you know, when it's pension time, you know that you can enjoy it as well. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to exactly 11:57. Don't you worry, we're going to go to the president's, the Ghanaian president's speech at the Independence, 68th Independence celebration that took place in Ghana and across the world where Ghanaians are. And I know Vicky was there, because she was the one who facilitated the one in Croydon under the auspices of his worship, his worship, the civic mayor of Croydon, Councillor Kola Agbola, which took place yesterday. So we're going to be telling you more about that as well. We had a few organizations that went on to sponsor the show. We're going to be telling you more about all that. But wherever you are, don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And we're going to move on to some of the other stories making the rounds. But that will be after this announced commercial. Well, of course, I'm going to bring you some music before we even have Mr. Dan Tabiri coming on. So wherever you are, stay tuned.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, special lady, HTV Heritage, Cooks Culinary, Jinyame, Starr Radio UK, is it Cockmet Cocktails and a lot more. Yes, being the independent the program, the sponsoring of the program. They want to say thank you very much to every one of you for sponsoring this program that took place that took place yesterday. The flag raising ceremony that took place yesterday on here in London. So wherever you are, thank you very much for that as well. It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And quick announcement there as well before we move on, which I will say just stay tuned, don't touch the dial at all. A quick one from there as well. The exclusive event taking place on the 17th of March 2025. That's Monday, the 17th of March 2025, from 9:45 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. Yes, that's Women in Business Networking Breakfast program. It's been hosted by BB Clement, who is an entrepreneur and author of the book How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur, and then to the speaker, the world-acclaimed global thought leader on business and wealth creation, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, who's been on this platform several times. Well, the event is taking place at the Tramshed 51 to 53 Woolwich New Road, London, and the postcode is SE186ES. For nearest stations, DLR Woolwich Arsenal, for DLR Woolwich Arsenal, Southeastern Trains Woolwich Arsenal, and Elizabeth Line Woolwich. Well, and then because there are limited spaces, the amounts for the tickets are £60 for ordinary and £75 for VIP. To register, go to Eventbrite or email bb@bbclement.com. For more information, call 07956 596 406 07956 596 406. This advert is sponsored by Augustine Clement Solicitors. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's come to some of the other stories making the rounds in Ghana. There was one other story that I missed, but don't you worry. God willing, Monday I'm going to be bringing that your way, and that talks about Nigeria generating the highest electricity ever in its history. We'll be looking at that and how that is panning out for the whole nation. President John Dramani Mahama has called for peace and unity among Ghanaians. Speaking at the 68th Independence Day celebration at the Jubilee House on the March 6, 2025, President Mahama, in his poignant speech, took a nostalgic trip down memory lane, highlighting Ghana's rich history and its evolution into a robust democracy. He emphasized the country's remarkable progress in upholding democratic principles, citing the peaceful transfer of power and protection of human rights. Now, touching on the prolonged Boko crisis, the president rallied stakeholders to resolve this conflict and ensure peace and stability throughout the nation. The president also acknowledged the frequent discourse on Ghana's dependence on imports, donor aid, and IMF bailout, warning that merely repeating these concerns without concrete action risks turning them into a cliche. The entire efficacy of this reminder lies not in just repeating it, but in our willingness to take decisive action. Now, action that will break the chain of dependency, not just the empty rhetoric of Africa beyond that is beyond aid. And who said that during his tenure? The former president, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now, he said that, but it looks like it was just a rhetoric. We didn't add action to it. The entire efficacy of this reminder lies not just on just repeating it, but unwillingness to take decisive actions that will break the chain of dependency, not just the empty rhetoric of Africa that is beyond it, proclaiming self-reliance while marching straight back into the hands of the donor agencies, begging bowl in hand, is meaningless, he stated. And how true is that? How many times haven't I said that on this platform? But with what is happening, what do you think we are going to be doing? Well, it's going to be quite an interesting one there. But let's move on. Well, so we know we're trying to put measures in place. But let me put it that way. A former finance minister has warned against over-reliance on treasury bills. And who is that? The government plans to borrow 5.74 billion Ghana cedis in its next treasury bill auction on March 7, 2025. Now, interest rates on treasury bills have declined to 20% in the government's most recent auction on February 28, 2025. Demand for short-term instruments have surged in recent weeks, with the government consistently recording over 100% subscription rates. In this week's auction, the government secured an over subscription of 181%, receiving bids worth 18.25 billion Ghana cedis, but accepting only 7.42 billion, a total of 10.83 billion Ghana cedis in bids was rejected. According to the auction results released by the Bank of England, the 91-day and 364-day Treasury bill attracted the most interest. However, while the 364-day bill received bids totaling 8.72 billion Ghana cedis, only 2.02 billion was accepted. The 91-day bill attracted bids amounting to 6.21 billion, of which 2.38 billion was accepted. Additionally, the 182-day bill saw tenders worth 3.32 billion, with 3.02 billion accepted. Meanwhile, interest rates have continued to decline over the past few weeks. The 91-day bill now stands in 20.79, down from 24.47 last week. The recent surge in demand for short-term instruments signals strong investor confidence. Now, the government decision to reject excess bids suggests either a cautious borrowing approach or on efforts to avoid high interest rates. The treasury bills remain the government's primary source of borrowing as it seeks to regain access to international capital market. We'll see what is happening, but the over-reliance on that, they are warning, is quite dangerous. Now, every one of us go to we assess ourselves or our businesses or whatever ventures that we find ourselves in to see if we are making it or if there's a need for us to adjust some things that we do here or there. But here, this morning, Obri Buahin has slammed the Kufuado. Former Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Nana Obri Buahin, has lamented the priorities of former President Nana Dankwa Kufuado during his tenure. According to Obri Buahin, the former president wasted state funds on stalled National Cathedral project while neglecting the country's struggling railway sector. Speaking in an interview, he described the heavy investment in the Cathedral project as a waste of resources, arguing that the funds could have been better utilized elsewhere. But he was making a priority building something for God's sake. How can you use state funds for a cathedral while our railway sector was in a poor state? The money he invested in the cathedral could have been used to revive the railway sector. There was no need for such a project, he said. He further expressed frustration over criticism directed at him for opposing the project. I spoke against it and they criticized me. But why would you use such funds on a wasteful project? He questioned. The National Cathedral project, championed by the erstwhile Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, was intended to serve as a national symbol of faith and unity. However, it has faced intense scrutiny over funding transparency, procurement abuses, public deception, stalled construction, and concerns about long-term sustainability there. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK at 12 minutes past 12. Well, the post-mortem continues. Now, the Minister of Education, Haruna Idrisu, has criticized the members of parliament representing the New Patriotic Party for what he believes to be their attempt to absolve themselves of responsibility for the party's disastrous performance in the 2024 election, while shifting all the blame onto the former Minister of Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta. According to him, the MPs also contributed to the country's challenges by supporting the actions of the former Minister of Finance, despite cautions from stakeholders and individuals regarding the potential repercussions of some decisions made by the previous government. Now, the Member of Parliament for Tamale South further highlighted how the MPP MPs firmly opposed calls from the then National Democratic Congress members, MPs, for their censure of Ken Ofori-Atta. He chastised them for their involvement and role in contributing to the country's economic crisis. Now, speaking on the floor of Parliament on March 5th, 2025, the lawmaker said they were superior handlers of the economy. But what happened to the Fiscal Responsibility Act? It was on suspension even before you exited political power. He added, you said you wanted fiscal prudence and brought in Fiscal Responsibility Act with Ken Ofori-Atta as your minister, even when we said we should be censored, or he should be censored, but you disagreed. Now that you have lost, you want to blame him for everything. You supported him to mess up the economy, country, and your administration. So walk and live in regret. Haruna Idrisu advised the MPP MPs to reflect on their actions and how they contributed to their party's defeat, rather than allowing Ofori-Atta alone to bear the responsibility for the party's loss. So, who caused the loss of the NPP in the past election? Who caused their loss? Is it Ken Ofori-Atta alone? Well, maybe yes. Economic policies that he took weren't the right one, or made weren't the right one. But what? Okay, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Once we go on, there's some other stories, quite interesting ones in Ghana. Now, the daughter of a murderer comment, there are more issues beyond a venomous missile directed at Senator Professor Yankah is saying. Renowned academic and former Minister of State Professor Kwesi Yankah has weighed in on the controversy surrounding the derogatory comment directed at Dr. Senator Ajima Rawlings in Parliament, emphasizing that the issue extends beyond identifying the culprit behind the insult. During a parliamentary debate in February 2025, an unidentified lawmaker was heard off camera referring to Dr. Senator Rawlings as the daughter of a murderer, a remark believed to be an attack on her late father, former President Jerry John Rawlings. The comment, repeated multiple times, has since sparked national outrage, prompting Speaker of Parliament Alban Gbagbe to call for an investigation to determine the identity of the lawmaker responsible. In an article titled "Who Said Chia?" Professor Yanka compared the parliamentary outburst to the infamous 2014 Archir incident, where a faceless voice heckled the district chief executive during a speech, leaving the official embarrassed and demanding to know the culprit. According to him, just as the source of the Archir jibe remained anonymous, the parliamentary slur against Senator is likely to remain unresolved as well. Everybody probably knew who said Archir, but for record purposes, the lawmaker that day saw no evil, heard no evil, and spoke no evil, Yanka wrote. He suggested that while Speaker Gbagbe's efforts to investigate the remark are commendable, such incidents often lead to dead ends, as legislators may be unwilling to expose their colleagues. Now, Professor Yanka acknowledged that the attack on Senator was uncouth and unacceptable, but one that revisiting Ghana's turbulent political history could have deeper implications. Now, Speaker Gbagbe, we know you mean well, but please don't overreach yourself getting to the bottom of the matter. Who said Archir often draws a blank response. But who said this? Who made this statement? Would it also draw a blank response? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. It's talking about the fact that during the coup, 1979 and 1981, and all those people were killed and stuff like that. And he's saying because it was under the leadership of the late Jerry John Rawlings, that means that she's the daughter of a murderer. That's where they are coming from. But who said it? Will it be revealed? Or it's one of those things, just sweep it under the cover. Or you do some, as my friend would say, you do hanya, and people think that you are doing something about it, and that's it, man. Okay, Starr Radio UK. Now, a couple of stories, and then we bring the first part of the program to a close, and then we'll have our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri. Today, we're talking about state pension. Well, it's going to be telling you more about that pertaining to the UK here, please. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has said that the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States of America was responsible for the removal of Ghana's first president, late Accountancy Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Speaking at the 68th Independence celebration at the Jubilee House on March 6, 2025, the president disclosed that the classified U.S. intelligence document showed that the CIA was behind the coup that removed Nkrumah while he was out of the country. The verdict of history is now loud and clear. The classified documents from the United States archives revealed that this was a coup inspired and engineered by the CIA. Said the president asserted that Nkrumah removal plunged the country into years of instability and marked the end of his vision for the country. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the founder of our nation, envisioned an industrialized, self-reliant Ghana whose citizens have the highest standard of economic life and the greatest sense of self-esteem rooted in patriotism and Pan-African unity. But on February 24, 1966, a joint military and police coup that shattered the dream, plunging Ghana into decades of instability and military takeovers. He said, Thursday, March the 6th, is exactly 68 years since Ghana gained independence from the British colonial masters. But the question is, what have we achieved? So we built bridges, we've done so. But look at the population now, and look at the life of the average person in Ghana, and you ask yourself, what have we achieved? And I said yesterday, I did say comparatively, if we compare ourselves to Malaysia, who also gained independence 68 years ago, look at how far they've gone. The resources that we have, they don't have that much, but they've been able to do something about themselves. But what about us? Well, so need I talk about Gaddafi and everything that had gone on? Because I tell you all the time, if we give you the chance, there was that video that I shared with my producer and a few people there. But if we give you the chance to come together and be strong, united and stuff like that, boy, then where would advanced countries be? So they have to make sure they stabilize, divide. That is divide and rule, right? and then make sure that they buy everything from you at a cheap rate. And then that's it. They finish you. Oh, well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. The former Unilever Ghana boss, Dr. Ishmael Yamson, has called on President John Mahama to lead by example, insisting that the commitment to resetting Ghana must be demonstrated from the highest level of power. Now, he said that the MTN Ghana board chair stated that the real change will only happen if leaders visibly practice what they preach. The president has set the tone by reducing the number of ministers and deputy ministers to 60 from over 100. That's a big leap. That's a big step. What that says is that it can be done, he said. But I know the opposition are saying that it's appointed lots of government staffers in the presidential at the presidency. So now, according to him, this move signals a willingness to embrace fiscal discipline, but it must not stop there. Dr. Yamson stressed that fiscal discipline should be the finance minister's top priority, as it will create the foundation for economic stability. The moment you establish fiscal discipline, the monetary policy will help the macro stability faster, and I am very, very confident that Dr. Kasala Tuforsin is determined to do just that. I know, and he knows, that the pressure will not or ever go down. He noted, he acknowledged that the government has only 4 years to make an impact. But he argued that even if all the plans cannot be fully realized within this period, they must at least show that they are laying a strong foundation. At least they have 4 years. If they can't do it all, they must demonstrate visibly that they are laying the foundation and they are on track. Nobody can build all the hospitals in Ghana in 4 years. It's all impossible. But we can see, he stated, a key factor, he pointed out, is transparency and honesty in governance. But look at the NDC. They've been out for 8 years. They've been in the wilderness for 8 years. Now that they are back, you think they're going to be playing ball that way? Well, it's going to be a constitutional review as well, and the president is encouraging Ghanaians to be involved in there. You want to know more? Got to stay tuned. Don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let's take a break, musical break, of course, this time around. And once we come back, we'll be preparing the ground for Mr. Tabiri to join us. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial.
Hey, Kokoti, Kokoti, Kokoti. Be nice to your brethren, be nice to your sister, be nice to everyone, and make the world a better place. Say hello to everyone, everyone say hello. Smile to everyone, everyone smile. Don't smile in my face and stab me hard in the back. You are the bully, oppressor and a gangster. You're just a bombing, starving, shooting, killing, murdering innocent children, harassing them in the neighborhood, disturbing the peace in the neighborhood. Why can't you be nice, hey, and kind? Be nice to your husband, be nice to your wife, be nice to your colleagues, be nice to your mates, be nice to your friends, be nice to your neighbors, be nice to everyone, whether black or white. Kokoti, 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 kokoti. Unite against racism, unite against oppression, unite against gangstercracy, Unite against misogyny. Unite against homophobia. Unite against xenophobia. Unite, hey, unite, 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 unite against hate and make the world a better place. Hey, Kokoti, 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 Kokoti. Children, be nice, oh children. Children, be nice,
This is Starr Radio UK.
Children, be nice to your friends. Children, be nice to your parents. Say goodbye to knives. Say goodbye to guns. Say goodbye to Kokoti, 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 Kokoti. Children, be nice, oh children. Children, be nice to your mates. Children, be nice to your friends. Children, be nice to your parents. Say goodbye to knives. Say goodbye to guns. Say goodbye to gangs. Don't shame your family. Don't give them headaches, stress and grief. Make them proud of you. So be nice, hey, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice to everyone and make the world a better place. Be nice to your children, be nice to your employees, be nice to strangers, be nice to refugees, and be nice to yourself. Be nice, be nice, be nice to everyone and make the world a better place.
Well, that is Be Nice by the one and only Alex Zungoman this afternoon coming your way, and I hope that you've enjoyed that tune there as well. So wherever you are, it is Starr Radio UK. Well, the exclusive event is taking place on Monday, the 17th of March, 2025, from 9:45 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. And it's hosted by BB Clement, and the speaker is Dr. Olumide Emmanuel. The event is taking place at the Tramshed 51 to 53 Woolwich New Road, London, SE18 6ES. The nearest stations are DLR is Woolwich Arsenal, South Eastern trains, Woolwich Arsenal, and Elizabeth Line, Woolwich. Well, it coming at a cost of £60 per ticket, but for VIPs, well, it's £75. Well, there are limited spaces, so please rush. Now, you want to register, go to Eventbrite or email pb@bbclement.com. For more information, call 07956 596 406. 07956 596 406, and she will be there like that. All right then. So whilst we wait for Mr. Dan Tabiri to join us this afternoon, just bear with us. Don't you worry. I'll bring you another nice tune before we bring the whole program to a close. So you dare not worry at all, because once I promise, I'm gonna do it, right? Yeah, man. All right then. Starr Radio UK. As I did announce, on Sunday, KB Bossman will be coming your way with the one and only program that is the Faith Talk. And then tomorrow dawn as well, we should be having Reverend Michael Esiama also coming your way with, yes, my apologies. Reverend Esiama also coming your way with the Power Word International, the Power Hour, command your morning. So I hope that you'll be there to join him. You command your morning. You turn events around. You are in sort of, let me put it this way, control of what goes on there. Okay, so that is by way of what's going to happen this weekend. Okay, and then there'll be live church broadcasts also coming away from Bible Life Family Ministries on this platform as well. All right, now whilst we wait for Mr. Dan Tabiri to come on, let me touch on one other story. And okay, now Emmanuel Amakofi-Bua, Member of Parliament for Elembele, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, has urged citizens to reflect on the nation's journey and recommit to building a prosperous future as Ghana marks its 68th Independence Day. In a message commemorating the anniversary, we're having Mr. Dan Tabiri coming in now, so we're going to be just leaving that conversation for another day. But it's all commitment. Everybody wants everybody to be committed to the cause of the nation. But how can you do, or what can you do? You want to know more? You got to stay tuned, because we're going to be doing that with you. But this afternoon, it is my pleasure to welcome once again our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, to the broadcast. Mr. Tabiri, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Archie.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, it's glad to have you always. Now, how are you? How is the family? And how has your week been?
I am well, first of all. All is good here in Kent. The family is doing well. And we are thankful to God for how far He has brought us this week. This week, as usual, has been very busy. But the sun has started shining again and getting warmer. So we have something to look forward to by way of a good weather. So yeah, everybody is stepped up.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of JIL Accountancy Services. Well, real sunshine coming through, and on the program, a real sunshine coming your way as well. You listen to this program, and I will tell you one thing for sure: you get some money in your pocket, because all the advice that he brings your way will help you make decisions or help you put yourself together and make something out of it. So, Mr. Tabiri, this afternoon, what are we going to be looking at?
Well, I think this week on Martin Lewis's program, he highlighted a very important deadline that is coming up, 2025, relating to availability of an opportunity for people to increase or top up their pension, their state pension entitlement. So where people have, this relates to where people have gaps in their national insurance contributions over the years.
Okay.
And there was a change in the state pension rules in 2016, and this deadline is looming if people want to take advantage of it. So we'll go through that. So I thought perhaps it would be a good idea, because a lot of people on social media and everything were talking about this, and as it's topical, I think it's imperative that if we can talk about state pension and what it's about, what are the eligibility criteria, and any other important information that will be useful for our listeners. And then we can also talk about a summary of what Martin Lewis highlighted.
Okay, interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, as I did say, we do everything to make sure that we're bringing you money, putting money in your pocket so that you'll be able to get on with your life well. Okay, so today, state pension, we have Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man, with that. So now let's move on. Now, so state pension, does everybody qualify for state pension? What exactly is it all about there, first of all?
Right. So, as we know, pension is a facility that helps or supports us in our older years when we are retired or we've decided to take it easy, and pension is there at that point in time in our lives to be able to take care of us. State pension is a facility that the state provides, or part of the welfare package that the state provides to us in our retirement, to support us in our retirement. And it can change in the state pension rules in 2016. And so we have the new state pension. Previously, we had what we call the basic state pension and also additional state pension. But now we only have one state pension, which is a new state pension, as is popularly referred to. To answer your question, not everybody would qualify for state pension.
Okay.
For the new state pension, we're saying that to qualify, first of all, you have to be a man born or after the 6th of April 1951. And if you're a woman, you are born on or after 6th of April 1953. So if you were born before these dates, then the old pension rules would apply, in which case you receive the basic state pension.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Now you're giving the eligibility criteria there. Now these people have to be
the eligibility criteria for age. Only there are other criteria.
Okay, so these people should be working, right?
That's a good question. So not only working. No, state pension is available not for only those who are working. There are three main criteria to qualify for state pension. I'll say four.
Okay.
But to receive state pension, you need what we call qualifying years. So you need a minimum of 10 qualifying years on your national insurance record to get any new state pension at all. So if you're going to get even £1, you need at least 10 qualifying years on your national insurance record. And so each qualifying year is one in which you were working and made national insurance contributions. So that is where your question comes in. So if you're a worker that makes national insurance contributions, then you would qualify as well. To caveat that, also you have to be working, but the minimum earnings threshold before you qualify, you have to be earning something like £6,396 for the year. Before you qualify, you have a qualifying year for national insurance. So you may not have made any contributions at all, but so long as you have income of £6,396, then you would qualify for that year.
Oh, okay. So far as you have an income coming in up to £6,000, you should
qualify.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So you would get something, but you would qualify for something, but not the maximum amount, which is at the moment about £221 a week.
Okay, £221.
And then secondly, if you were unemployed and you were receiving benefits, you get national insurance credits towards your contributions.
Okay.
So if you're unemployed or you are on sick leave or you are a parent or carer, you could get national insurance credits. So this is where if you are receiving child benefits or you are not working but you're caring for your child, then you would get national insurance credits, which would go towards your qualifying year. And then the third criteria is that if you do not fall into any of these categories, but you decide that you make voluntary national insurance contributions. So, for example, this applies to the case where people perhaps maybe they are not working, but they have assets that are generating income for them. Maybe they've got properties that are generating income. This income is not, if they're not paying any national insurance contributions on them, then they could say perhaps maybe they would make additional voluntary contributions to their national insurance, which would give them that qualifying year. And if they have at least 10 years, you need between 10 and 35 years. 35 years to get the maximum state pension. 10 years is the minimum.
Okay. Well, 35-year max and then minimum 10 years. So, do you qualify for that? And that brings us to that place where you want to see, okay, what is the maximum 35 years? What do somebody who paid maximum or contributed maximum 35 years going to get? You have it from the top of your head.
Yeah. So the maximum is £221.
Okay. That you did say.
That's the maximum. Yeah.
Okay.
At the moment, that's the maximum. This is based on inflation. This amount will change. So this amount will increase with inflation.
Okay. Listen to Starr Radio. Okay. Now let's come to the place where we're talking about gaps. Some people who have worked, maybe they want to be able to get the maximum, but maybe they work for a few years and then along the lines, or maybe they were doing their own business and weren't contributing to that and blah blah blah. So how does that come in? Where we're talking about you were talking about a deadline that is looming.
Yes, that's correct. So before the new rules came in 2016, so what we had in place, or which was that you could at any point in time, you could look back on your national insurance record, and where you have a deficit, where you haven't made enough contributions for that year, you could make voluntary contributions for the last, going back 6 years.
Okay.
And that will not change. When the new state pension rules came into being in 2016, transitional arrangements or provisions was put in place to allow people to go as far back as 2000.
Welcome. Sorry, go on, sir.
Yeah, so this 6-year rule, going back 6 years, has always been in place. But when the new rules was brought in for 2016, there was a transition period. And this transition period ends on the 5th of April 2025. Okay. So the next month coming. So anyone could, between 2016 and 5th of April 2025, if you have gaps in your national insurance, you could plug those gaps as far back as 2006.
Okay.
Now, if the deadline passes for the 5th of April, what you can do is only go back 6 years.
Oh, okay.
So that is why this is important. So you need to find out what gaps are in your national insurance contributions and how much it would take for you to be able to fill those gaps. So that's why this 5th of April deadline is really, really important. Especially for people who are much more closer to the state pension or closer to retirement. It might work a lot more in your favor if you do it now, because pension is always a risk.
Yeah.
We don't know how long we are going to live for.
Yeah.
So we are hedging against those years, our later years. But not knowing should also not mean that you don't do anything
about it.
We have to plan for all eventualities. And so if you look at your own situation and you think that you have missed quite a number of years, then by all means it will probably be works better for you to go back and plug those years.
Okay.
I must say, also should have said before the start of the program, that what we are doing, this discussion does not constitute financial advice. I'm not a qualified financial advisor, and so I am not qualified to give you financial advice. What we are giving you today is just information that is available on the government website, thegovernment.co.uk, to make you aware of what is happening and what steps perhaps you need to do. I'm not telling you that go and pay into your pension pot or increase your national insurance contributions by all means.
Okay.
But I need to give you the information you need for you to make your own decisions.
That's right. Thank you very much for that disclaimer there. So at least you know where we are coming from. But Mr. Dan Tabiri is a qualified accountant. So all your accounting issues, now name it from A to Z, he's there. Just get in touch with him. He will help you on that front. But he's just using the knowledge that he has or has gained to advise you on this matter. Now let's look at state and private pensions, because I'm looking at it and asking myself, so somebody has his own private pension pot where he's putting money away for the future, old time. Now, and then we have this that you're saying that the state one. Do you think it should go side by side, or people should just concentrate on the state one? And which one do you prefer?
Right. So the best position for everyone really is to have state pension. The state pension, the maximum you can get is £221 a week. So in total, we're looking at about £800, £850 a week, a month. Now, in this day and age, in this current climate that we are in, and if we are forecasting things, cost of living and bills and all that, you can see clearly that if you are taking your pension today, even if you're going to receive the full pension and you have full entitlement, £850 a month will not get you far. So always a good idea, if you can, to save more for the future. State pension alone would not be enough, would not be adequate. It would only give you a basic living standard. So if you are working and you have productive years now, then it's important that you look at additional contributions, either making your own private contributions, or if you're working and your employer is participating, or it's a must now, it's not an option. If your employer is providing you with auto-enrollment pension, then by all means, it's a good idea to be able to participate and make contributions towards that, because then that becomes an additional pension contributions, and that doesn't depend on any qualifying years or qualifying. It depends on what you put in. What you put in is what you get at the end of it. And so it's always a good idea, I would say, to have an additional pension pot. And if you're working, you have to bear in mind that as you are contributing, your employer is also making contributions as well. And the government is also giving you tax relief on the amounts that you are contributing into your pension as well. So all of that goes into helping you to save for the future.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. This afternoon with our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services. For all your accounting issue, just get in touch with him. He will help you on that front. And today we've been looking at state pension and a looming deadline that is coming. That is the 5th of April. If you have gaps in there that you need to fill it up nicely so you can get the maximum when it comes to the old, there's a saying in the Bible. It says that remember your creator in the days of their youth, while the evil days come not. So when the evil days come, when you are old, you need to make sure you put money in place or away to make your life comfortable, right?
Yes.
All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. Okay, now, if somebody has not been, I mean, let's say they just heard of this, they've not worked for 10 years, they know that they're going to be going on pension, and so they don't qualify for all this. What advice would you give to the person? Can the person go into private pension like now, and get something, or you should forget about that and just go into maybe savings?
Well, so that is a decision, that's an advice that a financial advisor will be able to give them. It depends on their situation, and also where they are in their lives. So they are more closer to a pension age, then obviously state pension becomes critical, and they will want to look at whether they can fill those gaps. How much it will. You also have to look at money that you're going to use to, put into a pension. Would you be able to invest it somewhere else to give you more income to use as your pension in the future? So all those decisions will have to be taken into account. But it falls more within the purview of a financial advisor than an accountant like myself.
Okay. Well, so if you want further information, you can, Mr. Tabiri will put that across so that you can point you to the government side that you can go to get the necessary help that you need. Mr. Tabiri, do you have any more information on any of the issues that we are discussing, sir?
Yeah, so the most important thing, really, the first thing that you should do is to find out if there are, and really anybody should do it.
Okay.
Especially if you have been working, you've had some breaks in your work for any reason, you've been traveling, or anything could have occurred in your life that would have perhaps created a gap in your national insurance record. And so it's important that people are aware, and then they can make the decision whether they want to top up or not.
Okay.
Sometimes, for some of these years, it's so important. Sometimes what may be the shortfall may be sometimes as little as 20 or 40 pounds.
Yeah.
And that, if you're able to pay that or top that up, it gives you entitlement to full state pension. And, where perhaps maybe you would have received only £150 is giving you £220 a week. So then it's very, very significant. So it's important. The first thing you need to do is to find out what your pension or national insurance contribution status is. And if you go to the government website, gov.co.uk, you would find the information, www.gov.uk. And if you search for pension entitlement or national insurance contributions, it will lead you to a link where you can check. You will need, if you haven't got one already, you need to set up a government gateway account. And once you are able to set it up with a password, and you are identified, your national insurance number, there are various identifications, things that the information that they will require of you to make sure that you are the person who is asking for this information. Then you would be able to see your national insurance record for all the years.
Okay.
For all the years. If you are not very comfortable or you are not very IT literate, and you can also pick up the phone and call the National Insurance Contributions Office, and then they will be able to send you a letter by post with all your national insurance contributions that you've made over the years, and it will show you any gaps that you have. What they cannot do is give you any advice in terms of your national insurance contributions or pensions.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Radio UK. A question that's come through. The person is asking if there is talking about the gaps. If you find out that there are gaps in there, and that might have come out because maybe the person went on maternity leave, and then after the time when it was time for the person to come in, decided, okay, I want a bit of an extension. So they will tell you that maybe you are not getting your full pay, or some people will tell you that, okay, we can't pay you at all. I don't know what the employment laws there exactly is, or maybe you took a sick time and then you needed some time off completely. Now they are looking at it, at those gaps. If they are massive, what do they do?
Yeah, so in terms of what do they do? Well, ideally, what you should do is to be able to fill those gaps. But it may not be possible for you to do that. I don't know what the amount that it would take, would be involved, it would take for you to fill it. But that's something that the National Contributions Office will be able to tell you. So when you get your statement, we'll be able to tell you the gaps and how much you would need to contribute to fill it.
Okay.
If you have been away from work, depending on your situation, like I said, some people may not be working, but they may be on job seekers allowance, or if you were receiving child benefits and child tax credits at the time, then you may qualify for what we call pension credits, which will qualify you for those years. And so if you have received those credits, they will go towards your national insurance contributions as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think it's a conversation really that you need to have with the National Contributions Office. And if you can afford, then by all means, I'll say plug those gaps. If those gaps go way back up to 2006, then remember that you have a hard deadline of the 5th of April 2025 to be able to plug those gaps. So the first thing you need to do, if anything, to meet that deadline is to make contact with the HMRC before that deadline.
Good.
And then also be able to, once you make contact with HMRC, then I believe that you are locked in terms of being eligible to pay contributions or top-ups going back to 2006 if you need to. And I would also encourage everyone to go back and look and watch the Martin Lewis program for more information and more details on what we discussed today. It's all available on ITVX or on Catch Up, and you can watch it and you can get all the necessary information that you need. Alternatively, if you have any more questions, yes, definitely I'll put my details across here and you can reach out to me.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man. And as I did say this morning or this afternoon, we'll be looking at state pension. The looming deadline, that is the 5th of April 2025. Well, if you have gaps, boy, the advice is that please check it out and see whether you can plug it. If not, then you know that you have only up to 6 years after that date. All right then, Mr. Tabiri, I will let you sum up, and then you put your closing remarks and your details there as well, and then we run up the program, sir.
Yeah. So to sum up, I would say this is very, very important. It's about your retirement and your income in the future. Whilst you have the opportunity to take any action, I would say take the steps to do it now. And I'll encourage everyone to go and check their national insurance record. If you go and check and there's no gaps, you've done your due diligence and there's nothing to do, happy days. But if there's any action to take, you don't want to regret and miss out. So do it now. Check your national insurance contribution record and take the necessary advice if you need to in terms of rectifying any gaps or taking any steps that will benefit you by way of pension contributions or pension earnings in the future. As always, I'm available to pick up any calls, any questions, any queries that you have. it necessarily doesn't have to be on pensions, but any tax and account related matters, I'm happy to talk to you on 07961248834. 07961248834. If you want to email me, my email is dan@gilaccountants.com, and it's GIL accountants plural with an S.com. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Tabiri. It's always a pleasure having you on, sir, because we know you put some money in our pocket this afternoon.
You are most welcome. It's always a pleasure to come your way and to speak directly to your wonderful listeners.
Thank you, sir. So have a lovely weekend, and we catch up later.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, then. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GIL Accountancy Services, our money man. And today we looked at state pension. Yes, well, there's a looming date of the 5th of April, where if you want to plug, to get a full state pension, you know that you have got some gaps in there. You want to plug those gaps? Well, you can do that so that you can get a full state pension of, at the moment, £221 per week. Okay, which he said that inflation wise that increases it as inflation comes in and stuff like that. But again, he did advise that he's not a financial advisor. He is an accountant. So for all your taxes and accounting issues, he's there to see to it for you. However, let me put it this way. Now, if you have any questions, generally, he'll be able to guide you on that. However, if you want to get in touch, his advice, go to ITV or ITVX, where Martin Lewis had a program on the 5th, and then go there and listen to it so that you don't miss out that opportunity. But for all your taxes and accounting issue, get in touch with Mr. Dan Tabiri on 07961248834, 07961248834, or email him at dan@gilaccountants.com, accountants with an S. Okay? Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the program to a close for today. It's been a pleasure coming your way, and it's been great having you there as well, following us through the program. We'll come your way, God willing, on Monday, if we are alive, if grace permits us, and we will bring you another edition of the morning show. Well, there's lots happening across the globe, right? Oh boy! But you want to know, you want to be aware of whatever is going on, then stay to listen to Starr Radio UK, and we promise you one thing for sure: we'll bring it to you. All right then. So this is why I bring the program to a close for today. But I bring you this tune from the Ajay, and it says, "Stay with me." In the Ghanaian parlance, it says, it means, or in Tree, it means Tsunaminchen. Enjoy it, and I'll see you all later. Have a lovely weekend. I'm out like that. I'm Archie.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Tapa.